Alright, just a quick video today, guys. Today I'm going to talk about tools. Not just any tools, just the tools that I take when I pretty much go for an overnighter, or most times even when I leave the house. I like to, if I do like a day trip, I like to have a basic toolkit always with me. And you know, it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have the same as what I'm taking, but I just find that I just feel, what's the word? it just gives you that little bit of security that you know, it's just not just for yourself. I find that a lot of tools I've never had to use, and the thing is, but I've had to use them with other riders, like you know, certain tools like a plier or a screwdriver or whatnot. I've never had to use certain tools, but there's always been someone along the journey that you know, is broken down or needs a bit of help, or even car drivers sometimes you want to help as well. So here's my kit. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I always like to say you should invest in a good little shifter. Now this is a Trojan. It's a 150mm, I think 6-incher. Yeah, I know spanners are always better. Don't even go there. I know that, but you can't have every size with you. All right. So this one's a pretty good little unit. So it's from Bunnings. They're not expensive. A Trojan 6-inch spanner. Just get a good quality one. Don't get a loose one that's going to thread like round off your nuts. Okay. And I mean your nuts on your bike, right? So that's one. Next is a Phillips head. Now you can have a multi-tool for this, doesn't matter, but I find a good little, a half decent Phillips head always comes in handy. Flatheads, yeah, same again. Don't have to give you an explanation, but that's the main crux of it, right? A little pointy nose, little set of pliers. They always seem to come in handy if you've got a clip or something that's come off, or you know, like on a hose or whatever. These work great. Plus, they can also help out in other situations. Now, that is not a big thing. It's not a heavy duty thing. It's just a lightweight set of pliers. Now, this is optional, right? You can get something like this. You don't have to carry all the rest of the stuff. You know, you can get something like, these are good for the cars, but I wouldn't recommend these for the bikes. A little multi-tool. Some people carry these. I'm not fussed. I'm not really going to recommend that, but if that's all you got, that's all you got. Now the other thing too that now I'm looking down, so I've got the other camera working as well. Sorry guys. The other thing that I've got is a 6mm. I think it is a 6mm. What is it? Allen key. But I've also got a set. All right. So I like these ball ones because they're easy to get into a hard to find, or what's the word? Hard to get into spots, right? So, and these are all metric. Make sure you've got the right size on your bike. I went on a trip to Jindabyne and I needed an Allen key, and I had Imperial. You wouldn't believe it. I was so peed off. And I also brought this one as well. This is specifically for the handlebars. You know, sometimes if you've gone on a long trip and you've sort of stood up on the bike, you know, over gravel road or whatnot, and your handlebars have moved, this is a great idea to have just one on its own. In fact, I could probably get rid of all that and just have that one on its own. All right, what next? Now, this little thing here, this little what is it, valve cores, a couple of bucks can save your bacon. You always want to have a couple of these in case something goes wrong, even for your mates. Funny enough, these are a must. If you know, if you ever find that you're getting a slow leak on a tire, or you know, your valve can go all of a sudden, these are great, because the ones that come with from the factory on your bikes, they're garbage. So I'm on original tires from my bike, and I can tell you now I've had issues with the valves, sort of getting a slow leak. Next, you want to have a variation of these. These are like fuses. Make sure you got the right ones. Now you usually have a spare one in your fuse box, but I like to carry a few spares. It doesn't take up much space, very light. Next, what is this? This is a chain breaker with a couple of links Now, let me tell you, I've never had to use a chain breaker. However, in many times I've stopped along the road and there's been riders that have had a need for a chain breaker. Now, that could be me one day, could not be me. I might never have to use it, but I think this is a great investment for all of you to have on your kit. Electrical tape. You always want to have a little bit of tape. Cheap. Always have a few of these tie downs. They always come in handy. You must have some of these always. They always seem to come in handy. Now, last but not least, or second last but not least, if you've got luggage and all of a sudden you lose a strap or whatever, or something breaks, these are worth. They're worth a heap, I'm telling you, because not only are they good for tying down any luggage or any broken bits, they're also good for towing. So if your bike falls in a ditch, you can use this strap as a rope, right? So you can wrap it around and get your mates to pull out your bike or pull out your mate's bike. So they're not much. What's this one, a 4.5 metre? Go down to Bunnings, grab one, grab a set. You see this? $5 at a servo. It doesn't matter if you've got a $20 or $30 or $40 one or a $5 one. They all work the same. Do not leave home without one of these. If you've got tubeless tyres, you ride a road bike and you've got tubeless tyres, these are gold. Okay? So you must not leave home without one of these. And if you do have the misfortune of having to use one, you need one of these. So let me see how I can show it to you. This is a what do you call them? A portable tyre inflator. They're rechargeable. You can set the tyre pressure to them. And let me tell you, these are so convenient. Now, when I was riding bikes 40 years ago, you had to have a one of these kits and a what do you call those, high pressure cylinders. Whereas now you can actually set the pressure that you want and pump up your bike, no problem. Fantastic. All right, now I hope it was clear enough on the camera. I'm using two cameras. I'm using the DJI 5 that I'm looking at right now, and also the 4 that I'm actually filming everything in front of me. So I hope this is a benefit to you. Now, one thing I found was all my videos going backwards over the year or so, you know, I just looked at them and I thought, a bit boring, you know, a bit no benefit to anybody. So what I did, I thought this year I'm going to make an effort to really share some of my tips. Now, I know this is not going to work for everybody, but you can make up your own tool set. You can make up your own kit. You might be able to buy something smaller, neater, or bigger, whatever you got room for. But nevertheless, this is something that I use, and you're probably asking, why don't you have a bigger shifter to take off a wheel? Let me tell you, if I'm 60 years old, I just had surgery, I'll be off the saddle for a few months now, and if I have to take off a wheel, no thanks. I'll park my bike, I'll get a trailer and come and pick up the bike. I'm not into, you know, like I just haven't got the patience or the strength to go and do stuff like that anymore. So my bike's only got a side stand, it hasn't got a center stand, so I'm not going to be a hero and try and pull out a wheel and take it down the shop. Forget it. If your wheel's that bad, just get a trailer and go to the nearest bike shop. So that's pretty much it. Hope this has been a benefit to you. I hope this helps or gives you an idea what you need. The other thing too that I missed was chain lube. Now, if you're going to do a long trip, what I usually do, if I do 1 or 2 tanks, 1.5 to 2 tanks, I usually like to lube my chain. Now, I don't know if that's overkill or whatnot, but I've heard of horrific stories where people have neglected their chains, and the obvious is going to happen. They're going to break and smash the cases and demolish your bike, or worse still, it can kill you. and throw you off the bike and kill you. So I think all that combined, you work out what you need, and I hope this is, again, I'll say it again, I hope this is, you know, of some interest to you, and if you've got any other suggestions that can help somebody else, drop them in the comments. Sorry guys, I'm burping and it's got the fan going in the back there. It's warm down here in Albury. So thanks for watching guys, I'll see you on the next one.